Hi everybody, I'm Ryan. Today we're going to talk about pauper downshifts that are happening in Commander Masters. And what I mean by that is that the way the pauper format works is in order to be eligible for the format, the cards need at least a single common printing. And it's okay if the card has been printed as uncommon or rare or mythic in the past, as long as it has a common printing at all, then it is eligible for pauper. And then there's a ban list beyond that. So when sets come out that release cards as commons that were not previously commons, that's called a pauper downshifts or a common downshift, and makes those cards eligible for pauper. So what I'm going to go over is some reprints in Commander Masters of cards that have never been printed as common before that pauper now has access to. And there are many more than this. They did a lot of downshifts in this set, but these are the ones I'm excited for. I'm going to talk about 9 of them, I believe, of cards that I think will make a genuine splash in the pauper format. Let's get into it. The first one is one that Twitter is talking about a lot, which is Dread Return. Dread Return is 4 mana, 2 black, 2 generic sorcery. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and as flashback, sacrifice 3 creatures. This is a huge enabler for Reanimator. Previously, reanimation spells in pauper have been sort of few and far between, but this is a huge enabler for the Reanimator. 4 mana is not a lot in pauper, to be totally frank with you. Like, just reanimating something huge on turn 4, like a big Eldrazi, because there's a lot of common Eldrazi's, or whatever, I could totally see Dread Return creating a tier 1 pauper deck. The next one, and the one I'm kind of excited for, is All That Glitters. All That Glitters is a 2 mana enchantment. It says enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment you control. So the obvious insert for this card is in the Boggles deck, in the Aura Hexproof deck. It is kind of just like a slightly worse Ethereal Armor. And it is definitely going to make that deck more popular. But something that people don't realize is that it's for artifacts and or enchantment. So it's possible that the artifact decks are going to be splashing white to just start like kind of just killing super quickly in the air. Or it's even possible that these Boggles decks are going to start running artifact lands in order to pump All That Glitters. There's a lot of really cool things that might happen with these decks, and I'm kind of excited for that. The next one is Witch's Cauldron, which is a 1 mana artifact, 1 black mana, where you can pay 1 black, 1 generic to tap it and sacrifice a creature, you gain 1 life, and draw a card. This creates some pretty cool things that can happen with Aristocrats decks, which have already flirted a little bit with pauper, but having such an amazing sack outlet, we could see Aristocrat decks coming back. The next one is the White Beast Within, which is Generous Gift. It is an instant that is a white and 2 generic, so 3 mana total. Destroy target permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green elephant creature token. So the interesting part about this is it's target permanent, so it can hit lands and other things like that. But a lot of decks don't care if you have a 3/3, and unconditional removal on top of that is very powerful. So white having access to that, very good. Next one is Cryptic Serpent, which is 5 and 2 blue as a 6/5. And it costs 1 less to cast for each instant sorcery card in your graveyard. So we already have better cards than this, like Tolarian Terror. But having like another Tolarian Terror that instead costs 2 blue could make its way into these like tempo-y blue-black control decks, or even add to like a totally new archetype. Next one is Murmuring Mystic, is a 4 mana 1/5. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 blue bird illusion creature token with flying. I mean, this is an overcosted young pyromancer, but for pauper, this is insane. Like that in conjunction with like Tolarian Terrors and stuff like that. Murmuring Mystic, Tolarian Terror, make a bunch of guys, cast like 5/5s for 1 and 6/5s for 2. I could really see like a really intense tempo deck surrounding these cards. The next one, kind of a little bit off of Murmuring Mystic, is Mearsmith. Is 1 generic, 1 white, is a human artificer, is a 2/1. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may pay 1 generic. If you do, put a 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature token on the battlefield. So we already have All That Glitters being posted to pump up white artifact decks, which don't exist right now, but almost definitely will in the future. But now we have Mearsmith to pump up white artifact decks. Going really wide with these artifact decks, getting even more things, having an All That Glitters, that seems so powerful to me. Next one, to kind of talk about these like blue, red, possibly tempo-y instant sorcery focused decks, is Gutter Snipe, which is a 3 mana 2/2. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, Gutter Snipe deals 2 damage to each opponent. If you're already playing red, already playing instant sorceries, Gutter Snipe can very easily be a win condition. And then the last card I'm excited for pauper is Drown in Sorrow, which is 2 black, 1 generic sorcery. All creatures get -2/-2 till end of turn, scry 1. This card was a huge player in Standard when it was legal. And having a board wipe like that might be really strong, especially for the super go-wide Kuldotha red decks, or even the white decks that are coming out. But that was just like a quick examination of the cards that are getting Pauper downshifted that I think are going to make a splash in Pauper. Are there any cards I missed? Any cards that you think are going to make a splash in Pauper with this huge Pauper downshift in Commander Masters? Please let me know in the comments. What do you think about these cards? Also, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Check me out on social medias. Links are above me and in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.